Welcome to your daily focus for January the 13th, 2021. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I don't even know where to begin with today. So we'll start with the numerology, the 13. The 13 is the death card in the tarot. 13 is about, it's the unlucky number. 13 is, there's all kinds of superstitions and worries and fears around the number 13. But what the 13 does is it makes us look at something in our path or in our environment or within ourselves that needs to be eradicated, to be changed, to be left in the past, to be reconciled with, to put some kind of completion on something perhaps, so that you can have that bounce in your step. And we are in new moon energy, right? It's the new moon. We'll get to that. Because you don't want to carry forward with you the heavy burdens, the worries, the anxieties, the concerns, the conflicts, the struggles, the tensions. And so we have to look at them and we have to deal with them. And we find great happiness and success through that. Numerology of the day is a 10, so it talks about us moving into a new season, a better time. The 10 energy is a very lucky energy. So good things can happen out of the blue. Small windfalls can happen. So the 10 energy, it talks about a birth, a rebirth, a new chapter, an elevated path that you have accomplished, that you have finished, completed a certain part of your life. And it's time to go forward in a new path, a new adventure, a new opportunity, a new relationship, a new way of being, becoming. 1 plus 0 is a 1, and that is the magician. But that's also standing in our own independence. That is trailblazing, new opportunities once again, new starts. So it's beautiful energy surrounding this new moon. Now, up in the sky, well, we have obviously the sun and moon both in Capricorn. At 23 degrees will be the new moon, so we have that 5 energy. Now, the 23 in numerology is really to let you know that there are very strong forces around you guiding you into safe ports. So it's about going a little bit with the flow, accepting the reality of the moment, not trying to swim against the current, and allow things to open up, allow things to develop for you naturally in its own timing, in its divine timing. And 2 plus 3 is the 5, and that's the yearly energy. And so we really have, things to learn. We've been through, especially 2020, but it's still continuing. And tomorrow or the day after, we go into a stay-at-home order. So you better have essential business if you plan on leaving the front door. And I'm an essential worker, so I'll be leaving the front door every day. But for the majority of people, so we've had struggles. That pesky little bug that's going around. So the 5 energy comes alive through all of this, telling us that we're going to find what really truly brings us joy and happiness. We're going to realize what our definition of abundance is. We're going to really tap into our own creativity, our self-expression. When it comes to love and the love of things, it's almost a sensual, romantic kind of passion that we have. We fall in love with the thing that we want to incorporate into our lives going forward. Whether that's a new business, a new job, a new career, a step up in your career, stature in the community, health and well being. For each and every one of us, it will hit different parts of our life, absolutely. But collectively, collectively there is an energy that says change, and you are going to feel this change. You are going to feel this new moon energy. There's no way you cannot, because there's like 12 aspects in the sky, okay? And most of it is not really that charming. I think it's Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn is squared Mars and Uranus. And I think poor little Venus is trying to bring in some kind of harmony and love, and yeah, bring in harmony and love. But I believe Venus is sitting in Capricorn, so that doesn't make it an easy thing for Venus to do. But still, we have Venus on our side. So, it's going to be extremely intense. It's going to be very complex for this new moon. Now, the main thing is, yeah, I forgot, it's conjunct with Pluto. Did I forget to mention that? I think Neptune is the only planet not showing up for this. So it affects our personal planets as well as the outer planets, which is more of a universal vibration, long lasting vibrations. So it sets us on new paths. Things happen out of the blue that pushes us a certain way, a certain direction. But because it's conjunct with Pluto, I would have to say that that is the strongest part of all these aspects. And when I think of Pluto, I think of your superpower, your primal energy. I mean, that's what Pluto is. It's your deep warrior. The one that you would, will take you to battle. To fight what's yours, to fight for what's right, to stand in your own truth, to follow your own dreams, passions, your heart's desires. And to truly bring in that harmony and love that Venus is trying to invoke here during this. So what is your superpower? What is your talent, your ability? What makes you you? What makes you different, unique, special? And if you've been taught to be humble or you're a shy person, it's okay. You can just say it in your head. You can be truthfully honest with yourself about what makes you great. And how can you utilize that primal energy, that primal power that sits within you, and ignite it into a path forward? Because new moons is all about birth and rebirth and new beginnings. Plus the numerology of the one. And remember the magician. I didn't even talk about the magician. The magician, when the magician appears, your wish will be answered. Make no mistake about that. When the magician appears in energy, your wish will be granted. So what are you thinking of? Are you thinking of that pesky little bug? Are you worried about your finances? Are you concentrating on the bad parts of the relationship rather than the great parts of the relationship? Tony Robbins says if you treat every day in the relationship like the first day, you will never have a last day. And what a truer statement could ever be made than that? What attracted you to that person? Take it down to the basics. And I think this energy will also allow us to want to dig deep into things, research things, get to the bottom, get to the heart, get to the truth, the meaning, the understanding. Anyways, let's see what the cards have to say. So there will be there will be frustrations, there will be tension, there will be a crisis of some sort in your life, however minor or great it is, and you're all my prayers. But it will, take a step back from it. You'll want to take a step forward, but take a step back, because all the planets are squaring here. So they're completely in conjunct with each other. So, and Uranus is involved. So the only thing that we can be sure about is to not be sure about anything. But in some way, this great energy all coming together on the 13th of January, 2021 for you is igniting you into a new path. Take a step back, meditate on it, think it through, contemplate, talk to God, your angels, your spirit guides. Ask me, what am I supposed to do with this information? What am I supposed to do with what's happening? And you will understand then what you truly have control over and what you can master and what you can, I heard the word manipulate, so I have to say it, in order for things to work to your advantage. But you have to take the step back to know that. If you jump into it, if you leap into it, it's going to cause more problems than it's worth. And could even put you behind the 8 ball. So we don't want that. So go with the flow, yes, but take that deep breath. Count to 10. You ever been in a situation you got so angry and you just, ooh, and you walked away, and then you bump into another friend and you're telling them the conversation, and then they said this, and you know what I should have said? You know what I should have said? I should have said this. And you're like, because you had time to process it. You had time to think about it. You would have said it. And it would have been perfect, and maybe it would have dissolved the whole situation. Or made you smile a little bit inside that you got your point across, and enough is enough. So whatever that might be for you. Let's see here. We got the King of Pentacles. Well, what a beautiful card to have as our first card for the new moon energy, because the King of Pentacles is all about the growth of abundance in your life, the great prosperity, the great happiness and joy that can be in your life. Now, he is a risk taker, although he's an educated risk taker. He gets in all the information he can. He does. He digs. He researches. He gets the right people around him. He gets the right people with the right knowledge around him to tell him things so that he can make the truest choice going forward to get the greatest abundance, prosperity, happiness in his kingdom, in his personal life. Absolutely. Now, the thing I like the most about this card is he is wearing a living vine for a crown. So it's thinking outside the box. And there is a lot of Aquarian energy in this new moon. So thinking outside the box. Taking an old idea and making something new out of it. Invention, creation. And this could be, this could affect any part of your life. You could all of a sudden think of a way that, I don't know, you've tried 15 different diets, and now you know that by putting these certain things together, it'll work for you and you alone. Or maybe it'll work for everybody, and you'll make it into an ebook and put it out there and have great success that way on top of it. But you didn't start out that way. So when you really start looking at the things in your life that you really want to grow, expand upon, develop, create, invent, step into, when you really start to focus on these things, you'll get the clarity, you'll get the understanding, and it's time to color outside the lines. It's time to think a little bit about what we can do, and it's thinking about it. It's not acting on it with the king. The king only acts once he's got all the information. He's in the first position, so we might feel very confident that we know it all today. So be a little cautious of that. Be open to other people's opinions. Remember, they're just opinions. You don't have to go with them, but listen to them, because it might spark something else in your mind to move you forward in a different direction or a better direction. We have the Strength card as our second card. It's about unconditional love and keeping that front of mind. To understand that the people you meet today are going through the same energy that you are. And though most of where I'm at is everybody's wearing a mask, so it's hard to see the smile, so try and show it in your eyes when you pass somebody. It's about tapping into your strength and tapping into your courage, knowing who you are, standing confident for who you are, It's about walking with a sense of integrity, that people trust you and you trust them, growing those relationships, strengthening those relationships. Seven of Wands. Wow, we're standing up today. We're making a commitment. We are saying that this is going to change. This is going to happen. This is going to be my new reality going forward. This is going to be my new routine, or the people that I hang with. This is going to be my new job or my career. This is going to make the community come together, and by a byproduct end up giving you a little bit more stature within the community, or some new opportunity arises from even that. It's about saying I love you. Or perhaps in these times, it's phoning somebody and saying I miss you, or texting them, or emailing them, or FaceTiming them, and just say I miss you. But we're really standing up and we're saying we're going in a new direction, a different direction, a new path. We want to forge a new path forward. In some area of our life, we definitely want to begin, start, invent, create, make the commitment to ourselves. And so we're already attaching ourselves to our strength, our passion. We're already attaching ourselves to our self-confidence. And our mind is open to learning and researching and developing a plan, developing an idea. Temperance shows up. Temperance shows up to say, you have more by having less. So where's the clutter in your life? What needs to be cleaned up in your life? What needs to be moved aside in your life? And it could be the closet. It could be your desk. It could be your thoughts, your perceptions. And each of us has a unique balance, a center point, so to speak. And so when we're working too much and we're playing too little, we feel out of balance. Or maybe we're playing too much and working too little and we kind of feel out of balance. Or maybe we're not eating very healthily, but we're exercising more to compensate, and it's just not feeling right. Where do we not feel right? Where do we feel unsteady? Where do we feel that we need to put in some kind of change or reflection on the situation? And the final card is the Four of Pentacles. Wow, the Four of Pentacles. I haven't seen the Four of Pentacles in quite some time. In anything. Four of Pentacles, you're holding on to something that doesn't serve you anymore. And this energy can't come in and be as tremendous and positive and beautiful as it can be. And it will be the end result. We will go through a trying time with this new moon. There will be a buildup of tension. There will be a buildup of frustration. We'll want the freedom. We'll want the liberty. We'll want the lightness to be like that, immediate. And chances are that probably won't happen, although Uranus is involved, so anything can happen. So what are you holding on to? What are you clinging on to? Have you been laid off from your job for most of 2020 and going into 2021, and it's hard to make. So we need to think outside the box. We need to think of, what is my superpower? And how can I take my superpower and turn it into a cash flow so I can keep the roof over my head? Why do I still depend on something that is broken, something that is no longer working for me? And how can I expand? And, like I went to a business the other day. The guy's a renowned chef, and he opened up a business, and on the building is painted, established in 2020. And I thought, wow, with turning everywhere in the world right now and hearing closure and lost sales and lost revenue, and here he is starting a business. And it was very, I mean, you drove in and you placed an order, and then they yelled your name and you came to the door and you got it. But now that'll even change. But and he was doing a fabulous business. He was growing. He was, but he took his superpower and said, how can I turn this into a cash flow for me so I can cook better meals, have a bigger venue, have different venues? How can I expand upon this? What is your superpower? And I don't care if everybody in the world said it's not your superpower and you still believe it is, then maybe you just haven't met the right mentor or researched enough to find your path within it. You ever take on a subject and then all of a sudden there's layers and layers and layers and layers of the subject, and it's like, oh, you get overwhelmed by the different ways you can go? Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is you're holding on to something. That door of abundance is right behind you. Get up, let go of what's holding you back. Turn around and walk through. Look at it. We've got angels, I think. Can I get that in the light? I don't even know. I'm so crooked in the office the way it is. Angels guarding the doorway, the path to your happiness, your joy, your abundance, and what abundance means to you. Abundance could mean good health to you. Abundance could be a roof over your head and food on the table. Abundance could be surrounded by loved ones. Abundance could be helping the community grow and thrive. Abundance could be having a deep connection with spirit. Whatever name you call it, God, your angels, your spirit guides, the creator. What do you need to let go of? And when you let go of that, your superpower comes to life for you. That is the energy of Pluto, that inner deep warrior that will, and Pluto sometimes it comes in and it just completely feels like it's ripping your life apart. I swear to you, it can feel that way. And I've walked through that energy. And so have you probably. Many times over if you think about it. Pat yourself on the back because you've made it through. You've become stronger. Your primal energy has grown. Let's get a mantra card. I'm going on and on here. I know it's going to be difficult energy. And I could go on and on about how it may tear us down but that's not who I am. Because if I'm in the magician's around, so we have to watch when the magician's around. We want to keep it positive. We want to keep it future oriented. We want to, act as if the future's arrived. It's here. You just have to take the step. It's right in front of you. That giant gateway is right behind you. So what doesn't serve you? Enlightenment, pursue spiritual growth. Many say Pluto is our spiritual power as well. So this could be leaning towards, growing your connection to God, your angels, your spirit guides, a power greater than you. Whatever wording you use. I'm not going to force my thoughts upon you, and I don't expect you to force them upon me. We all have a very unique, you can get two Protestants or two Catholics or two Jewish people all sitting together side by side and compare them, and their views will be very different, even though they're professing the same faith. So it's a very unique experience. I think that's why it's so touchy to talk about. Enlightenment. I'm just going to read the book because I've been talking so much, and you know what? It probably is all here, nice and written in everything I've already said. So it's what it usually does, right? Brings it all together. Okay, enlightenment. You have come into your own. And it's time to go in search of something more meaningful to add to your life. Now is the time to meditate, to deliberate, to self-evaluate. Withdraw voluntarily from the world and seek the truth in solitude. Rest and a quiet retreat away from the daily routine will allow you to consider enlightened decisions and go in the direction of your heart. This is a time to seek advice, to seek spiritual guidance, and this could be from a mentor, a teacher, an experienced person. The mantra is, I search for wisdom and mental clarity. I search for wisdom and mental clarity. So yeah, it is about taking that little step back. Don't jump into it. You'll want to. Okay? Wait till the dust settles. There's time. Okay? Breathe. Contemplate. Deliberate. I like that word. Deliberate. Okay, an animal. And of course, we will do a Journey of Love card since we have a new moon. Look at this. It's the chipmunk. Seek and find. How fitting is this? So know that whatever is happening in your life, even personally or in the world around you, take a step back. Think about what you have control over, what you can do. Definitely ask yourself, what is my superpower? What can I take from myself to move myself to the next level? Rearrange, renovate. You may have to, oh, I'm at squirrel. That's design your space. I don't know why I started. Oh, you know what? Squirrel's a little bit about getting rid of the clutter. And I think there's a part that in squirrel where it's sometimes your life may seem like Christmas tree lights, all tangled in a mess. And only by patience and perseverance and commitment do you finally untangle it and put it around the tree and make it just, lights up the tree, right? It becomes beautiful all of a sudden. But it takes a lot of time and perseverance and patience in order to do those things. So go with the flow. See what it's showing you. So we're here at the chipmunk now, so I don't edit. I'm human, so I prove it all the time. Action, believe, manifest. And above all, watch with glittering eyes the world around you, because the greatest secrets are always hidden in the most unlikely places. Those who don't believe in magic will never find it. So expect the miracles. Expect the miracles. Chipmunk lets you know that although you are dreaming and wishing, you're not taking clear action to make any dream come true. The clearer and stronger your desire, the more action you will receive as you begin to see the whole picture. Retain the parts you want, eliminate what you don't. Your greatest wealth is the knowledge that you are complete within yourself. Your major goal is to discover as much as you can about yourself. The more you know about you, the better you can deal with any life situation. So, take the action in order to push the door open that you so badly want to walk through. If you don't walk through the door, you'll remain stuck in one place. Spend some time wishing and manifesting, yes, and don't forget to take some action too. If you want that new job, then send out that resume. If you're looking for a relationship, start inquiring whether your friends know of anyone. If you want to begin a business, start writing out the business plan. Today is the wake-up call. Today is the wake-up call to your inner soul. So, will you take the first step? Will you turn that doorknob? Okay, we'll get a Journey of Love card. I just love this deck. So, in our journey of love, of course, we learn to love others, but I think the most important thing is loving yourself. So seek for your superpower today. For the next couple of weeks. I mean, this energy is for a couple of weeks. So yeah, go in search of your superpower. And actually, the new moon energy really doesn't end until like the full moon energy is through, because we are completing some things that we will start during this new moon. We're running out of space here. There we go. Becoming. Becoming. We have the 34, that's a 7. That is standing in our truth, being loyal to us, our values, our dreams, our goals, our vision, our realities. "34, becoming." I'll read the poem first. Take heed, my friend, for time is ticking fast. Illusion grand and hopes this dream will last. Such memories we keep for days to come. A looking glass that only shows what's done. It would be sad to think there's nothing more, a well-worn path reflecting what's in store. God's gift was not that days would be the same. Each dawn's first light would sing a fresh refrain. Of light and cloud to bathe the earth's surprise. With change of foot to stop would be unwise. A palette rich awaits the artist brushed, creating life at one with God's soft touch. I don't think I've ever come across this one before. Let's see what the book says, because I could not do this book. I could not do this deck, this card, as eloquently as they can. So it's Alana Fairchild, Razuli, Richard Cohn. Let's hold that up so you can see. The box looks very much like that if you're out there looking around. Okay. Yes, you are manifesting your divine purpose. Yet what is happening now is just one of the many inspired brushstrokes on the canvas of your life's work. You are the artist who paints with trust, instinctive and spontaneous, with faith in the process unfolding. You're not the painter using numbered squares who has the finished vision even before commencing the task, with a map for all steps of the journey. You lack of plan renders you open and receptive to divine direction. You are capable of being moved by spirit. You are a brave adventurer. So celebrate what you are creating now and realize that it is a step in your major work of divine art, this life of yours, not to be planned, but to be experienced. Stroke after stroke, step after step, you shall witness the picture coming to life. It may not be what you expected, but it will be most beautiful and an extraordinary creation. This oracle brings you comfort that you are blossoming, and each petal is unfolding in another step closer to your ultimate divine fulfillment. There is a message here, too, that a relationship or perhaps a project that you are keen to move forward will bloom in its own unique way. Give it breathing room and be willing to let it become what it seeks to be. Even without a clear direction or plan, sometimes even because of that, there is an inner plan that could come to fruition. Wow. So I really can't add to that. Until we meet again, remember, I love you.